What if you could do parts of your job, but not all of the parts of your job? Hey folks, my name is Brandon Osterbind, and I'm an injury and disability attorney here in Central Virginia, and I help people whose long-term disability claims have been denied. So what if you can do some of the duties of your job, but not all of the duties of your job? Well, folks, under most long-term disability benefit plans, you are still considered totally disabled. Now, why is that? So most insurance companies define the term disability to say that you cannot perform all of the main duties of your regular occupation or your own occupation. And they all have some variation of the same words, but they all essentially mean the same thing. And the rulings have been, if you can't perform all of the essential duties of your job, then you are considered disabled under the policy. So if you can do, for example, let's say you can, part of your job is to make phone calls, and you can make phone calls for 2 hours a day, but you can't make phone calls for 8 hours a day, or you can't accept phone calls for 8 hours a day. If that is the case, then you cannot perform all of the duties of your regular occupation. Or perhaps you can lift up to 20 pounds, but you can't lift up to 50 pounds. So let's say you work in a warehouse, and sometimes you have to lift packages that are 10 pounds, and sometimes you have to lift packages that are 40 pounds. But your doctors have limited you to lifting no more than 20 pounds. Well, then you can't do all of the essential duties of your own occupation. And as a result, you ought to be considered disabled under that policy. So just because you can do one or two of the essential duties of your own occupation, that doesn't necessarily mean that you can do all of them, and most policies require that you have to be able to do all of your duties of your own occupation for that 2-year period after your date of disability and after the elimination period in order for you to get disability benefits. So just because you can do some doesn't mean you could do all. And if you can't do all, then most likely, more likely than not, you are disabled as defined by the policy. I hope this video has been helpful. If you have questions, of course, you can enter your comment in the comment section below, or you can give me a call or send me an email. Happy to chat with you.